Architectural Builder Supply is pleased to present you with this recording of the technical question that is listed in the title of this video.
This call may be monitored and recorded for quality assurance.
Yes, you are looking at grab bars and you have questions. Sure, what can I help with?
Yes. I'm looking at item ASI 3413, which is a swing up grab bar. And I'm noticing in the product specification information that it comes standard in a 30-inch length. Are there any other lengths available for that?
Well, can other lengths be potentially manufactured? Yes.
Okay.
But the impact on cost and lead time would be, it could be enormous.
Well, I just wasn't sure if I was finding the only option. I guess it was my first question is was there any other swing up grab bar? Here's what happened to us. We have a toilet stall where there was an unforeseen field condition that required us to install an access panel to the transfer side of the toilet. And so the 36-inch grab bar that would typically be behind the toilet now conflicts the one mounting end with this wall access panel that had to be installed. So we're trying to figure out how we provide a grab bar back there at the 36-inch inch length that's required, and not and have it only mounted on one end.
Right.
So that we could still and hinge preferably, so that we could still move it when we need to, if we ever need to use or get to that access panel that's just behind it. And so I don't know if this is an option that we have for that, or if there was something else, or if we're looking at some kind of a custom situation, or...
So why doesn't the 3413 work?
Because we're required by ABA to have a 36-inch grab bar in length for a wheelchair transfer behind the toilet. And I haven't seen anywhere in that guideline or in those regulations that allow us to deviate from that 36-inch length.
Yeah, I understand. And you were wanting to use the swing up in the sense of it coming down behind the toilet?
Yeah, so that when we want to, we can push that bar up and utilize the access panel that is in the wall next to the toilet.
Right. What about the idea of, rather than this swing up, can you use a different length grab bar that would allow you to get to safe harbor in terms of a mounting point?
Well, I don't think we can deviate from that length because that's what's stipulated in the ABA guidelines. That's my question.
Well,
so if
A117, I'm sure it's speaking about a minimum, right? I would think it's speaking about a minimum, not it's 36, take it or leave it.
Let me go back to that and make sure, because I read it differently, and that's what I want to be.
Well, I'm as much of a hardware nerd as anyone else, and I haven't, I've forgotten more about that publication than most people have ever learned, but I gotta really think they mean a minimum.
It does say minimum. It does say minimum. So that's really my question: is what is the true minimum? I mean, what do you physically have to have in terms of a length behind the toilet for somebody in a wheelchair to be able to make that transfer using that bar without having difficulty with reach? It seems to me the shorter it is, harder it is.
I'd have to open up A117.1 and look. I don't recall, but you do sell your bars.
I'm looking at it now, and it just says, the way that they have this diagrammed on here is that there's a 12-inch grab bar extension, that extends towards the partition on that side of the toilet, and a 24-inch extension on the outbound or the open side of that toilet to make that transfer happen. So I'm sitting here going, okay, if we go down to 30 inches and we have to mount that bar on the partition, the toilet partition, we're losing that distance of the length that, so, there's an offset, obviously, because there's an adjacent grab bar on the other toilet partition side. There's the side bar and then the rear bar. And so there's a distance there. There's an offset from that partition where you would actually make that first mounting point for the bar, if that makes sense. But with this being the swing arm bar, it would have to be mounted directly to that face of that partition, so we lose that offset, and that length gets absorbed. Those extra few inches get absorbed in that far corner. Do you know what I mean? So even though this is 30 inches, it's really only 26 or something like that. Does that make sense? I'm not sure if I'm explaining myself very well.
Because of the, I don't think it would be the idea to use behind there at all. Mounting one of those to a partition, I'm not aware has ever been done. It certainly wouldn't be load rated, from the manufacturer.
Well, okay, that was going to be my other question, and it can even handle that because it's obviously load rated for the grab bar that's already on the partition, but is it?
It's load rated when it's mounted to a properly reinforced wall.
Only.
Yeah.
In the case of these swing ups, okay. Okay, that was.
What about just a piece of paper and a sketch, and say what if it was a U-shaped bar that did your one perpendicular wall and the back wall, and then you were able to figure out where to put a mounting point, even on that partition possibly, because grab bars like that, they're not all that awful in terms of getting custom A, B and C dimensions. That can be done. That's not so awful.
So I guess this just goes back to, again, what is the actual behind the toilet minimum in length? If 36 is...
What does A117 say?
It says 36 is the minimum length.
So, yeah, there you go. Yeah.
So that's what we're looking at there, which that one obviously is only 30 inches, and then we're actually losing, like I said, a few inches in length because of the nature of how that would have to be mounted in the corner. And then, so there isn't a longer version of that that's a standard product offering then.
How wide is your space? How wide is the partition on the toilet area? It's 60 inch, I'd imagine, or wider.
I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm
trying to get into it.
So there's certainly going to be other manufacturers that are going to make swing up bars. So let me take a look at Bradley and see if their dimension changes.
Yeah, I was thinking of Bradley, and then there's
it does not.
Universal there was. Sorry, I'm trying to get back into my email here to see I accidentally closed something I needed here. I know I can't find it. That's always how that works.
Yeah, the Bradley and the Bobrick are basically the same type of dimension. So that 30's got to be a magic number in that business. Yeah, 29, 30.
For that swing up arm.
Yeah.
There was one swing up arm option that had a fold out leg. And that's the one I was in here trying to find, and I somehow stupidly closed this thing, and now I can't. There it is. I just found it. What I've learned is I get entirely too many emails, like everybody else.
Yeah.
I have to get in and find something that takes me a second. So there, the one with the fold down bar option, or leg option rather, I'm opening up that cut sheet right now. That was actually a Alcoma.
Yeah, Alcoma. Yeah, I'm somewhat familiar with them.
But there were other issues we had with this one because certain components of this interfere with the automatic flush. controller on the toilet itself, and it has, because of that leg, it has a diagonal member, a rod that attaches from the mounting plate to part of that rod.
I think you should just install the ASI 3824 and be done with it, or some concept of that.
2834.
3824. 38. Why doesn't that come up for me nice? It doesn't. ASI.
Let me go back. This is
3424 is what I wanted to say. 3424. Yeah, 3424 -52 would be a
-52. Okay, let me get back in here.
424-52. Yeah, 3424-52. That, you know.
3424-52. Okay, so I've pulled it up here right in front of me. So this is, what am I looking at here? This is a, let me blow this up so I can see it here. So this is a 3-point connection. I'm not sure how that helps us.
Well, the concept is that you're not gonna have to. You can work around that access panel.
Except for ours is going in the other direction. So is there a version of that that has a 2-point mounting attachment, but a bar extends beyond that second mounting point?
Draw up a sketch and
like
send it to me, and I'll find out.
Okay, because I'm not sure. Okay, get your name again. I'm sorry.
It's okay. My name's Richard.
Richard, okay. And where would I send that to? What is your email address?
My email's under Contact Us in the upper right-hand corner of the
Okay.
website. It's the sales email that's there.
Okay, perfect. I can make sure I'm seeing it here. I'm not seeing it here. Oh, under Contact Us. That's more important. Okay. All right. Well, so just at sales@absupply.net.
Yep.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. All right. We will get working on that. Thank you so much for your help. I really appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome. Bye-bye.
Uh-huh.
Architectural Builders Supply hopes you have enjoyed this program. Again, thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please click thumbs up, please subscribe, and maybe even send the video to someone that you know. Thank you.